Welcome to the Ed Answer Key, the podcast where in the time it takes to complete hall duty and attendance, we embark on an educational adventure for both teachers and families. So whether you're a seasoned educator or a family navigating the school system, buckle up for the Ed Answer Key.
In that moment, I just realized, I'm wearing too many hats. I need to start taking them off, because if I don't have time for my students and they know that my teacher is just way too busy for me to even, talk to and share something with, that just crushed me. And I knew, okay, something's got to change, because I got to be there for my students.
And where do you lose that credibility? And you don't even sometimes realize in those moments.
Yeah.
And then other times you're like, well, you might be the only one that they saw today.
Yeah.
That looked at them or talked to them.
Yeah.
Or directly.
And the kids pick up on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, quick.
They pick up on it.
Ron, I was thinking about what you were saying as far as having more information on the background of the kids. So E&L, they take these language tests with WIDA. With that, you got your different levels there. But I think that would be interesting as far as if I've got a student that's coming from Venezuela, or if I got a student that's coming from Honduras, or if I've got a student that's coming from Haiti or Benin, right? What's going on culturally or geographically in that area that they may be coming from.
Yeah.
I've got students now, came from Haiti. With the E&L population, that's a high transiency rate.
Oh, yeah.
You get students in and out of your classroom all of the time. Got a couple of students from Haiti, and we had a fire drill. Alarm went off. The absolute terror that went over their faces.
Oh.
It I'm getting chills right now.
Yeah.
It floored me. And I knew they spoke Creole, okay, and I knew they were from Haiti, but I mean honestly, the geopolitical thing going on in Haiti right now, I'm not attuned with that.
Well, and culture is so much more than language. And I feel like the only thing we ever talk about is their language, because that is obviously that's going to be an important aspect of it. But when you think about, and I think maybe, in a similar but different, it's I feel like even in middle school, I've had to pre-teach so much with students who are on the spectrum. And that is just preparing them for their day and what that might look like a fire drill. I've gotten attuned to, I share everything ahead of time because I like kids to feel like they know what's coming. And that's actually more of my gen ed kids, I feel are appreciative of that than even the kiddos that I'm doing it for, technically, And it's they don't realize they like to know things, but it's because so much of their life is out of their control.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way that we could take survey or interview or figure out how do we get the information from the families to the schools or to the stakeholders, because the school might have it, but we don't get it as the teachers sometimes, or it can't be sent via email, so the conversation never happens. Or people don't take the time to have the conversation with the people that do know.
But can't the parents do that? Whether it's with a student with an IEP or a student that their E&L levels or whatnot, the parents ultimately have full access to that. So can't the parents communicate that with the so-called stakeholders?
But they don't know what they need to know for school. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's just, they're oblivious to some degree, unless they're involved in education in their either previous country or even here.
Sure.
People don't, we don't even always know what each school looks like. And if you have children now and you think about what you discuss with your child's teacher and you're like, I guess I could share that. I like the overshares. I'm a texter though. I'm in touch with parents constantly for that kind of thing, because I'm I need to know. I like to know.
Sure.
And I need to know for your child, but I also need to know for me, because my sanity and their emotions, I need to know. And so it's you have to choose to be that forward. I just don't think it's natural anymore in our society.
And I feel essentially the American educational system looks totally different than what's expected in other places. It's a bit more intrusive in a way, because in Latin America, it's you go and you're just getting your education, right? That's all it's about. And sometimes you pay, even if it's public school, you still pay a couple of bucks, but it's strictly for education, just academic. Right. So not asking you how much your parents make, what language y'all speak, none of that. So when folks start asking somebody, they might get defensive.
Why do you need to know?
Mm-hmm.
What does it provide for them? And I kind of see that too. I think just hearing from other aspects and other cultural, when you think about the way that Europe, as a continent has education. And I think they're probably, just looking at their, how they go about it. And even the continent of Africa, several, I know West African countries, we get a lot of students from that area, and they're not going to do that. It's usually related to, they're there for their education and that's it. So their parents don't need to be involved. They're like, no, it's better this way.
Right.
That's
right.
how they feel.
Yeah.
They're going to motivate me at home. Your job's to motivate me here. And I'm good with that.
And a lot of them too, their parents, they send them to school and they trust
totally.
So they're like, no, school will handle this. I'll take care of home.
Right.
And that's that.
And how important is that crisscross to the child themselves? I don't know.
Because it is different, but I think that the concern, the knowledge base, the intent of some of my colleagues, whether in my school or not, for a parent to just give them carte blanche on just whatever it is that they're doing, I think that's a mistake.
Knowledge is power.
Well, and also, I see this too. If a parent does not understand, like, say if a student does have an IEP, what their rights are, and if that student does not take ownership and understand, there's so many things that can get overlooked. And so it is important. However, when you have, like we talked about poverty earlier, when parents are working crazy hours and students might have to be, quote, the caregiver of siblings, they don't have the time. Not that they don't want to, they don't have the time. So they're putting trust that the school is going to do what they need to help their child be successful and meet all of their needs.
Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of the Ed Answer Key. Your support means the world to us. Be sure to stay in the loop about upcoming topics by downloading our free podcast companion at www.edanswerkey.com. So until next time, class dismissed.